So I'm back here in the States. I'm in South Carolina right now. I've been here for a little less than a week. Um, I've been reflecting a lot on the beginning of our journey whenever we first whenever we first stepped foot on African soil in Gambia. I never actually shared that with you guys. I never shared with you guys like how it felt emotionally, like arriving to Gambia, and like my first impressions and everything whenever we first got there. So since I've been back here in the US, I've actually been thinking about that a lot. Let me say, in case you're watching like for the first time, I'm here temporarily. I'm expecting. My baby is due next month, so I came back here to the US just to have the baby, and inshallah then I'll be traveling back to Gambia. But since I've been here, I've been thinking a great deal and reflecting like on the beginning of our journey. So in this video, I want to share with you guys like how it felt whenever we first arrived to Gambia. Okay, so whenever we first got to Gambia, so we actually arrived in the night hours. I want to say it was somewhere between like midnight and 1 a.m. That we arrived at Gambia, and we were riding through Gambia. We were going to our new home for the first time. And we were in what they call it gele gele, the bus in Gambia, but it was a private one, actually owned by my uncle. He was running a bus business there in the Gambia. But so that bus was taking us through Gambia, to our home, our new home. I was surprised to find that it was so busy. It was so busy in the nighttime, and all of these men and young boys, young black men and boys, they were just going, coming. Some of them were riding motorcycles. Some of them were sitting in small groups drinking tea. They were just like, the first thing I was thinking really was like, wow, these people are really truly free to just like roam the streets safely. That was some of my first thoughts. In the US, whenever I would see men out, black men out at nighttime, I always would wonder like how long it would be before someone would call the police if they got too loud or whatever. But it was just so different. Whenever I seen that in Gambia, the men were so loud. They were so loud. Like, they were loud talking, they were loud laughing, they were just running back and forth. They had these small I can't remember, like, actually I don't know what town it was that we were riding through. I still don't know what town it was that we were, actually the route that we took to get to our house when we went for the first time. But I remember there was these small like little mini markets, and they were just in and out of the market, sitting down in front of the stores, and it made me both happy and sad, because like I was happy that this was the new life, that inshallah my son was going to be able to live in Africa. But then it also made me sad because I thought about like all of the black men and boys that live in America that probably would never get to experience that, or never understand the reality of there being places on earth, not just Gambia, but so many other places on earth where they can be free of, they can be free to be out in the night without someone. Like, nobody cared about what these people were doing. Nobody cared that they were loud. Nobody cared that they were out. Nobody cared. It's just like there was nobody to call anyone. Everyone was black. The police were black, and also the police here in Gambia are non-violent. Like, it's just so much to get into. But yeah, I remember those were my first, like, it actually the sadness had come over me more than the excitement, because yeah, like I was thinking, man, I just wish that so many other black people, and even not just black men and boys, but mothers, could experience that and see, you don't have to go through this misery of trying to raise your black sons in the US, you know, fighting racism their whole entire life, and you know, being faced with the unjust system and everything. But yeah, so we had gotten international plans on our cell phones to see if, you know, if it would work, basically like work in the Gambia, because Africa, or at least Gambia, is known to have like poor internet connection and everything. As soon as we got into Gambia, the internet stopped working. And I'm laughing because for me it was a really good thing. It was a really good thing because I felt like I had the internet and the cell phones and everything had become a major problem in our home, to the point that I could not get my teenagers' attention more than a minute. Like, they were just always glued to the phone. If I wanted to tell them something, it had to be really quick. We didn't have any I won't say any, but very many, or none that I can remember. Actually, I can't remember having any engaging conversation, any meaningful conversation. And that really would bother me as a mother, because I just felt like at these delicate ages, you know, I felt like it was really important for me to still be able to make an impact and influence, you know, in their lives. And how can I do that if they can't focus on anything I'm saying or anything I have to say, or we can't spend quality time together because they're just glued to their phones. So I felt like I had conversation with my children that I hadn't had in a really long time. And we just had a good time talking and laughing, and there was no internet. For the most part, you know, I felt like I felt hope that I was going to be getting my kids back, and I actually did. In 2021, we moved to Gambia as a family of 10. My husband and I, we have 8 children. So our youngest was just 4 weeks old at the time that we moved to Gambia. Some of the best memories that I have of our new life in Africa are how much closer my family has gotten to each other. Not just my relationship with my teenagers, but our family as a whole. Healing my inner self and having time to create inner peace has helped me to be a better mother. It's something that mothers aren't comfortable talking about, and it's contrary to what people want to believe about motherhood. But nurturing children doesn't always come naturally for mothers. You know, when you're hurting, depressed, sad, or living with anxiety, motherhood is extremely challenging, and it doesn't always come naturally. Before moving to Gambia, I remember there were days that I would struggle, you know, just to get out of bed, and do like simple tasks for the children. No matter how much you love your children, it's impossible to give your best self whenever you feel you're at your lowest. With less stress has given me the peace that I needed, you know, to heal myself from traumas and different things that affected my role as both a mother and a wife. Sawa! Sawa! Look, I want to throw these Pringles. See them? Let me
We're having fun. Look. There's one Pringle in here. It's so fun. One's right there.
Visiting the beaches quickly became part of our lifestyle, and there are so many beaches nearby for us to choose from, and it's not something that we have to like plan ahead for. It's one of my favorite things about living in Gambia. And some days the kids will be playing outside, you know, if it's a hot day or whatever, and they'll ask like, can we go to the beach today? You know, it's a hot day, can we go to the beach? And you know, we don't have to plan for it. We just hop in the car, go to the beach, you know, and actually decide which beach we're going to go to once we get in the car.
Is it your shoe?
I've found the beaches to be very therapeutic, and they're a huge plus to living in a healthy lifestyle here in Gambia. Some of the funny memories, Adam and Aaliyah both dyed half their heads blonde right before we left the US and moved to Gambia. So I remember when we first took him to the Quran school, the Hafiz school in Gambia, Adam was devastated because the owner of the school told him that he had to dye the rest of his hair black. But yeah, we spent a lot of quality time in the beaches, and I just remember all of the prayers that I made, before leaving the US for life in Gambia. I think about that every time we go to the beach and I stand against the water.
Random girl gave all of us 2 oranges on the way back from home.
Let me see your oranges. Wow.
Layla switched an egg with this one because she thought it was cracked and it wasn't.
Okay.
And they're all fresh. She plucked it from off the tree and just handed it to us.
Wow. That's awesome.
Now, if I may go inside.
So once the kids learned their way around the neighborhood, they started going shopping without me. Definitely a level of freedom that I don't think I ever would have been ready for them to have, like at such young ages, in the US. I was really happy with the country lifestyle and the amount of space that the kids had to just roam and be free. Learning about the different cultures, seeing the animals roam freely through the land. I was excited to learn how to carry my baby on my back. The African women embrace motherhood, and they carry their babies most of the time, which is opposite of what we learn in the US. People are always saying, why are you carrying her so much? You're gonna spoil the baby. Like, it's not like that in Africa. It's definitely normal for moms to always be carrying their babies. It's just a really mom friendly place. My children have grown so much, and looking at my children today, I'm both very proud and grateful of how they've adapted to life in Gambia. I do believe that children are more adaptable than adults most of the time. What they need to flourish is a healthy environment with nurturing from their parents and a few good friends. These past 2 years have taught me that I won't be able to plan out every aspect of our lives. It taught me how to be present, how to be okay with things unfolding slowly, how to relax and trust God, on a different level, because He's already worked things out. We actually go wrong by not having the patience, to see the good that may come a little later than what we planned. Oh, pumpkin! What the heck? My husband and I moved to Gambia with our 8 children with one-way tickets and no backup plan. And today I feel like it was the best gift we could have given to our family.